Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of your gaming news, PC hardware, all that good stuff. Just a quick update. I'm still waiting regarding the last video for my copyright to be removed, the fake one. I did receive already the response uh, from YouTube team from inside the through email, and I also had the response from the tip that I sent yesterday. Let's see. Supposedly, I need to wait around like 10 days if I don't have any response. However, I don't know if I should reply and force through the system. Let me know in the comments below if you have like some kind of situation like a fake copyright strike, if it's worth just pushing, because when you know that the user is a fake one, so it's not it's basically impersonating a company. I don't know if it's worth the trouble to push this and accelerate the process. But yeah, just let me know if you think it's worth it or not, and we shall continue. So I got some hardware news. It's it's a very thing very specific for the moment for laptops. I saw this interview with Gordon from PC World regarding like a cooler which is like have a technology like a membrane technology which vibrates in high frequencies, which delivers uh, here the it has like a membrane vibrating high frequency and then pushes air out of it. Um, I don't know exactly how this technology works, but in the video, I think it's here, yeah, it really pushes a lot of air, and supposedly can replace the fans that you use on laptops. Supposedly it's scalable, so it can replace several fans. If you have like usually these new laptops, high gaming laptops have like 4 fans, some of them, and a huge complex system of heat pipes. Supposedly at the moment technology can only replace the fan per itself, so it kind of sticks on the on the pipes itself, the heat pipes, and that's in kind of functions as a replacement for the fan. I think in an interview, Gordon asked if it's possible to in a near future, because this is like the version one. It's like a tech startup. They're just starting to do this, launching this stuff, and I don't know if it's in the near future, possible to put this in top of the chip, so replacing the heat pipe or having like the heat sink here, where you put the heat sink and then put this on top or something similar to this to do the same effect of cooling the components, or CPU or GPU, whatever it is you need to cool down. Supposedly it doesn't make any noise because it doesn't have moving parts per se. It's just like a thing that vibrates very and high frequencies, but it doesn't make basically any noise. And I don't think that even the air that comes out makes basically any noise. So there is supposedly no issue with the RPM when the fans do high RPM and do a lot of very high noise. I think it's at the moment they can like 1 watt, so it's very low power hungry. Suppose you can make like TDPs of 10 to 20 watts, give or take. It can be scalable at the moment until 28 watts. So like, I don't know, very ultra thin laptops that use like 25 or something CPUs. At the moment, this is it. I don't know if future revisions and when they come out, how they will be well scalable. To like bigger laptops or something like that. I will, of course, be paying attention to this, but I don't think we'll have only news for this like by the end of the year or next year on the CES, some revision of this kind of product. We will see. And more hardware news. We got again now NVIDIA stuff, cable mods. The same thing happened supposedly to this guy from Cable Mods, but again, I think this is to a certain point bad design combined with not proper seating of the connector itself. Because after all the independent investigations from Gamers Nexus and all those people, they basically reached the conclusion that it's not seated properly. However, because of the design itself, even sometimes when people heard the click of this thing here, to supposedly supposedly it's tells you that it's properly seated. Usually it's not. You need to push really hard, and they have several videos demonstrating this. That sometimes even when you hear the click, doesn't mean that it's well properly seated. And in this image you can see that it seems to be that it's not properly seated. See the burn-in issue. But yeah, I think even though Cable Mod just went forward and replaced the cables, the GPU was not damaged in this case. But yeah, I think this is again a bad design that doesn't properly secure when you hear the click that supposedly guarantees that it's properly seated. But yeah, the only one case for now. I don't know if we will start to see more cases. I don't think so, because people are aware, if especially for a 4090, if you spend at the moment now $2,000 for a graphics for a GPU, even though you I don't think people want to waste 4090s, and they will for sure make sure that this is properly seated. It's one thing I really advise is to, if you have one of them, or 4080s or now the 4070s, just make sure it's properly seated. That, let me see if I can pull the image here, that this line here, where the connector is really tightened up on, seated on the connector on the GPU. And be vigilant. I don't know, because the bending, also take care of the bending, see if you can avoid bending the cable too much. But yeah, basically this is it. I don't have very much else to say. Regarding games, we got some, this is like, I was just browsing the news, and we got a new announcement for Marvel's Midnight Suns that Deadpool DLC launches in 6 days, give or take. It's the good, the bad, and the undead. The trailer is very Deadpool, very to the character itself. It's very funny, and it will bring Deadpool. They say here how you can unlock it. It's like after the Spider-Man's missions, and then it's during that one, so it's early in the game, and can be recruited in a mission, in a proper mission. It will bring, of course, new abilities and everything, and new enemies also. This is a new enemy. We never saw this one in the game, I think. So it comes out if you bought the super version, like it's on a season's pass, and if you bought the legendary edition one, is also available. So 6 days until this launch, so you can test out the Deadpool, and should come the other DLC will have Venom, Morbius, and Storm on the future. We will see how it goes. I don't know in terms of mechanics how it will go, but I think it will go good. In terms of synergies, I don't know which kind of characters will be best for the synergy with this character, only when we'll see. But yeah, and last one, the Returnal PC is going to release 15. Some detailed system requirements, DLSS, NIS, FSR confirmed. Just a quick glance. I think we already touched a little bit here and there. But yeah, they are. Now I'm starting to see a lot of developers putting more detailed specs that people need. For example, they put here 720p, 60 frames, 1080p 60, 1080p 60, but with variation of graphics settings medium and high, and then 4K 60, 4K 60 epic graphic settings. You have a lot of things here. The maximum required supposedly it's 3080 Ti or a 6950 XT, which is for ray tracing for 4K 60 frames per second. I don't know. Seems good enough, at least for ray tracing 4K, which is it pushes your hardware a lot. And of course, with ray tracing, it always people sometimes forget, but ray tracing pushes your CPU more. So there is a difference if you want for rasterizing 4K and ray tracing 4K. Usually you need a better CPU for that. As you can see, there is a difference between the ray tracing version and the rasterized performance that you can achieve with these CPUs. 11900K, it's not a good CPU. Maybe the 12900 is a better choice here, because from all intents and purposes the 11th generation of Intel is not that big. Sometimes it's even worse than the 10th generation. But yeah, as you can see, RAM 32 gigabytes. These new engines, these new game engines will start pushing your RAM more, mainly because of you have a lot of textures need to be loaded on the system, they need to be loaded have to be ready to be loaded on the GPU, so you will need always more. And this is DDR4, which is not bad, so you don't need like DDR5 system with this new CPUs, so you can use less gen CPUs and everything, so it's a good thing. And of course SSDs, even a 2.5 inch, it's a huge difference of a normal HDD, and especially in like more shooter games, you will notice a huge difference on how things have to be loaded, less stuttering, better performance overall, that's for sure. Even like an old laptop, you can notice a huge difference. If you have like a laptop with a HDD, you put just a 2.5 inch SSD and you see it seems like a new laptop sometimes. But yeah, for today this is it, short one. I will wrap up with my usual stuff with GoGetFundMe for me to upgrade my PC and to deliver better and more content for my private clients, see if I can start doing some video content. And of course, in my free spare time, continue doing the series that I've been doing, some more scripted content, and of course my gameplay series. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, Kunamy Master out.